Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean. Welcome to Answering Your Questions with Stacey and Daphne. I'd like to introduce and share with everybody. This is Stacey from Sacred Key Codes. Say hi, Stacey.
Hey everyone, nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
And this is Daphne from Relax with Daphne. Hi, Daphne.
Hi, Jean. Hi, Stacey. So good to see everyone here.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me. It's so much fun doing this Friday night, answering your questions. The last time it was very high vibrational. I could feel the connection and the frequency rise, and the altered state of consciousness was so connected with each of you. We had an amazing event. If you hadn't seen our last show, it's definitely worth a watch. It was very informative. Lots of fun too. So, what's been going on or coming up for you, Stacey?
Like collectively?
You could, or if you have like an event coming, or if you just finished
Oh.
something, just highlight what's been going on with you.
Yeah, I've been actually taking a reset. Like I feel like getting ready for September, really like there's a lot of energy coming up. So I have taken the time to kind of reset my energy. And I feel like September we'll have our equinox event and maybe some other fun things put in there. So looking forward to that and just getting back into the groove of things.
Wonderful. I do feel the shift as well in the seasons, in the timeline, in the energies. And it's a change of season and you do feel that, but there's something else. There's something else sort of brewing, I guess. And how
Some things
about you, Daphne? What's been going on in your life?
Well, I have been playing my crystal alchemy sound bowls a lot and meditating with the bowls. They have such amazing presence and energy. I've almost, at this point, after working with them for about 10 months, I consider them among my spirit guides. Each of those bowls has a unique healing presence and frequency. And on September 22nd, when Stacey and I bring this meditation to everyone on the colors using the transformational healing energy of color. I am just so excited to be doing that and very excited that Jean, you have agreed to moderate that event. I am so thrilled with that. It's going to be so much fun.
That is going to be a lot of fun. And, just our energies together, they're very supportive. We have a way of, keeping an eye on, like, I know that you ladies have my back. And I know that you ladies are watching out. And it's not the watching out, it's more of like supportive energy and the frequency. You can hold the space for me to just go right up in there. And this is what I want to do and give back to both of you so that you can just relax and do what you do and raise your alternate state of consciousness and go there and know that there's somebody here holding space for you, having your back and monitoring. So I'm honored that you wanted to reach out to me and invite me.
Absolutely. I think we make a great trio.
It is a lot of fun, isn't it? And I love the mixture of just different vibrations and different energies and different it's really very beautiful. And we feel the same way about many people who are here asking your questions and join in and watch us. I do feel as though the audience or the viewers are also helping us to raise our vibration. They also are holding that space for us to work and answer the questions as needed. We do definitely feel all of your contributions in that energetic field. So we thank you. Um, aw. Okay, so let me see. Somebody had a comment here, and Motivational Monday, he says, I feel like my highest energy vibes are during the fall and winter months. Interesting. Interesting. I like it. It's one of my favorite times a year, but they're all my favorite times a year. Me being the sun psychic, the summer solstice is the prime and the height of my energy, yet the equinoxes, each of them really help to, I just feel I'm very sensitive to the energies around me, not just people, energies from people, but energies from Gaia. So this balance, and also the energies from, and we all are, everybody, the energies from the cosmic alignment too. And there's just a balance that you feel. And I've been this way, I think, when I was younger, maybe in grade school, I was always not nervous, but I would always be on guard when a storm was brewing. And everybody's like, it's just a thunderstorm. And I'm like, no, I can feel it. I can feel it. And I would be able to feel the barometer pressure change when there's storms were coming in. And I still, to this day, people call me like, what is it, Chicken Little, that runs around and say there's a storm coming. Because I've always been able to just feel that there's like this change in the weather. And just between us girls and and everybody here, I think I had a past life as a Native American and was very much attuned to the weather and to the earth. And I just think it's really allowing to be bubbling up and allowing to be expressed in this lifetime as well. I don't know if anybody else here has had any of those past life type of experiences, or either of you two ladies. Not specifically.
Well, my eye keeps going to Motivational Monday's comment, and highest energy vibes during fall and winter months. I think that is a sign of growing spiritual maturity and talent, right? Because if you think about spring and summer, they're really devoted to new growth and the maturation of crops and plants. And then in the fall, you're reaping the results of your hard work, right? And in the winter, not only are you still enjoying the fruits of harvest, but you are reflecting on what happened and getting ready for spring and the cycle to continue. And I think of fall and winter as like the season of adulthood, right? Like you are at your greatest powers in the autumn of your life, and then when you step into the winter, you are more of an elder, a statesman or a stateswoman. You're a teacher. You're helping the people behind you develop their skills. So I really love that you identified that, and I think that's part of what's so exciting about this change of the season into autumn. I just think that is such a great observation. So thank you for bringing that up.
Wow. Really nice. And he also says, you read that out loud, and I had a thought in my head. Almost all good things that have happened have been in the fall and winter months. I'm an Aries. It's strange. Interesting. And Chris Queen says that she has always felt a deep connection to the Native Americans.
Yeah.
And Ariana says that she can sense that weather and the changes as well. And she says, how do you guard your sensitivity? And the just as a off the cuff, without being prepared to answer something like that, I just want to, my first instinct is to say, lean into it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't hold it away. Don't, it's really a part of you. It's a calling. It's a natural ability, and to lean into it and ask it what it can teach you. What is it that is, what information do you have for me? And you can say, thank you for the information. You can let, lower the heightened awareness now. I have that information. Thank you. The feeling can go now, and sort of manage it that way. But I can, I mean, and people who have arthritis, they can tell when the storm is coming too. It's the same kind of pressure. But yeah, that's a good question, Ariana. And I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of really sensitive people out there that can and we're all here for a reason, incarnating on this earth at this time. So with that said, without getting into a little bit more of a deeper description, what I'd like to do is let's go ahead and start with motivational Monday. And he says, and then after motivational will be La Lima. So La Lima, if you're still here, just say hello. And he says, did I do the best thing in letting go of a certain individual and putting my foot down? Well, yeah, that sounds difficult. Let me see. So whoever gets it first can go. I can see that you're struggling with this decision, Motivational Monday, and I understand that you are. It was a difficult one, and it is paining. It is causing you pain afterwards to reconcile with what was done. But I do feel as though it is tough love and necessary for you to protect your energy and to allow that person, the other person who you're letting go of, was needed to grow, and they couldn't grow with you enabling them anymore. And not that you were, I'm just saying that, under your shadow, so to speak, but now that they're out on their own, they have the free will and the ability to prove themselves to themselves. How about you, Daphne?
I do. And I also feel like this situation is going to continue for a while, because this person, to me, it feels like they're not sure if you mean it or not. And I think you can lovingly and gently stand your ground. And that person's decisions going forward are theirs. And no matter how they react and behave, I do believe you did the best thing for both of you. I think it was an opportunity for both of you to test, to calibrate your own, way forward. It's like, this is your life. How are you going to live it? What choices are you going to make? And respecting their own power to live their own life is really a gift. They may not see that right just yet, but I think if you lovingly, firmly, gently stick to your guns, I think it will. It's not going to be easy, but I think it'll prove to be the best. I'm curious what you think of this one, Stacey.
Yeah, when I tuned into the energy of it, it felt like it was what was meant to happen, but maybe it didn't play out in the way that you wanted it to. Like, it felt like maybe you didn't act, or maybe it didn't resolve itself in the way you wanted it to. Like there was a lot of high energy there, kind of not the most positive energy. And so I think that this person isn't out of your life forever. I feel like you're going to have another opportunity to kind of do some inner work for yourself to really resolve the situation and how it's been affecting you before you reapproach it in a way that's more grounded, like maybe not as reactive. So that's kind of what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's not easy, but it's. Ooh. Well, thank you very much for trusting us with that question, motivational. And I didn't see La Lima come through. Oh, yep, she did. She said she's here. I saw you right at the very end. And after La Lima is Cheryl. So Cheryl, just say hello. La Lima says, what are the energies of Mandar for me? And I believe that Mandar is a love interest. And La Lima, if I'm not correct on that, just let me know. But I believe, so we can't go into Mandar's energy, but we can look into your energy. Or is Mandar the place of work? I don't know. Oh, okay, kind of a love interest, kind of a Okay. Some sort of a relationship possibility. But like I said, we can't do any third party readings, but we can look into your energy and see what your potential is with that. Yeah, I believe it's still up to free will. It's my pendulum was going in a circle. It is has not been determined yet. It could or it couldn't. I feel as though it's it's a possible. It's almost like the universe, for lack of a better term, is sending you potentials and allowing you to practice your skills of um, discernment and of trusting yourself and of feeling the energies or the sense that you feel and trusting that feeling within you. Um, it's a way for all of us to tune up on our own abilities and frequencies to it is another sense. It is another sense, but we're going to be using it much more. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to determine that discernment for yourself. It's a practice, I think. How about you, ladies?
When I when I tuned into the energy, I kind of felt something similar to you. It felt like there was a lot of focus and a lot of energy on this person, but it's not really reciprocated in the same way. And I feel like this kind of focus on this individual is kind of distracting your focus from these other potentialities coming in. Like there's a lot more out there for you, and instead of trying to focus on how you can get this individual, it's more like, what do I see in this individual that I want in my life, and kind of like pulling those pieces together and putting that more like switching your focus to like, what do I want, not what can I get. And so more of putting those out there and looking at all of these potentials as like, oh, I like that, and this man that I'm attracting, that I'm having in my life, has all these beautiful qualities, and really switching it around. So like, know that you're in charge of the energy and that you can really attract that perfect mate. And there's a lot of possibilities out there, as long as you don't like stay tunnel vision with this one.
Yeah, when I first saw the question being popped up there, I love that phrase, the energies of Mandar, right? That could either be a great band name or the name of a sci-fi novel or something like that. And I got something slightly different for you, Lalima, and that was the I sometimes think of this as the unicorn effect. And I'm quite familiar with this because there was long stretches of my life where I had sort of stars in my eyes, and I was just so excited about something that was out there, right? Like, a man or a job or an intuitive talent, all those things. And the challenge was to, as Stacey said, bring it in, be that energy in our own selves. And I saw a picture of myself. This was how I was relating to your question. I saw a picture of myself watching a movie and knowing that I could write a movie script that was just as good, right? But I didn't do it. You can't totally relate. Hear me? Oh, you can. Okay, good. Yeah, and I do like the idea of, if you are, falling in love with your own life, falling in love with yourself, falling in love with the future you're building for yourself. I think that can be a really wonderful way to practice being a loving person and proving to the universe that you are ready for that new person in your life, that new circumstance, that new abundance, that new job, whatever it is that you are dreaming of and holding in your heart. So practicing now is a good way to get ready for it.
That was beautiful, ladies. Beautiful. And if I could just pick out one phrase of Stacey's, that she said that you see something in this person that you'll eventually will be incorporated in the total companion that you are seeking. And we don't understand what it is about that, about the potentials, or about the ones that are there for us to learn about. But I do feel there is similarities of what you are attracted to here that will eventually be in that entire package that you end up sharing your life or your time with. That was really Anima. She said that was very beautiful, Daphne. Thank you very much. All right, so I didn't see. I don't know if I see that she's here, but is Cheryl, if you can just say hello and let us know you're still here. And if not, Diane G is will be next. And then after Diane G will be Tara. So Cheryl, Diane, or Tara, if whoever pops up first will be next. Oh, Diane, you are here. Okay, so Diane, is that the first one? Did I see the first one? Yeah. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. I was on the other page. So Diane G and then Tara. And so if Cheryl comes back, we can go back. I'll leave that there. Diane G says, what can we do to alleviate or lessen the ascension symptoms? She's been feeling exhausted this past week.
I know what I often do when I'm feeling overwhelmed by these energies, and that is there are things that I say to myself and things that I do to distract me from the discomfort. And one is that I remind myself that I chose to be here now for this very reason. This is a fascinating time in history. It's giving me chills. It's unique. Things are happening at an accelerated pace that humanity has not experienced in certainly in memory, right? There were previous civilizations on the earth that have gone through something similar, but it's not quite like what's happening now, because we have such a bewildering mix of the high energy things that are happening and the low energy things that are persisting. I have been getting a lot of relief taking saltwater baths, right? Putting in salt water or putting in a handful of like sea salt, maybe a handful of seaweed powder if you're not sensitive to that kind of thing, and meditating in the bathtub and just reminding myself that I came here with certain strengths, certain talents, certain level of stamina, and I am purpose built for being here. And if you're here asking these kinds of questions, I feel quite strongly that you are purpose built for this environment, these lessons. And yeah, I feel you. I definitely understand that soul deep, bone deep exhaustion, and keep going.
Wonderful. Stacey, did you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. When I read that, the image I got was just like deep rest for one, take that time to really take care of yourself and rest. And then I got immersing yourself in nature and really connecting and grounding that energy, because a lot of the time we take it all into our bodies, but grounding it, connecting to the earth can really help us kind of expand our fields out to where it's not like overtaxing our body. And then, of course, eating healthy, drinking lots of water. But almost, it feels like knowing that you're not alone with this process, and you don't have to, take on all that energy, all that stress, but, you can bring that stress down into the earth, or not the stress, but the downloads, the ascension symptoms. You can bring those into the earth. You can spread them throughout the globe. This is a global ascension process, and we can really share these energies with others. And if it's beginning too much, it just means that you need more space in your life. You need that space for these energies to come and settle in, and you know, finding other people who are going through the same thing, and just really caring for your body, because it's that individual body that is really having to adapt. So even changing just a small thing in your diet, walking more, being in nature more, grounding more, talking to other people. And I feel like just spreading the energy, like expanding that energy out, expanding your aura, see what it feels like if it's not just in your body, but it's in, you know, your backyard, you know, expand it out. What if it's in the forest, and see if that can help alleviate some of it.
Wow. Good, good, really good suggestions there, Stacey. So I'm going to sound like I'm repeating what Stacey said, but it's a little bit different. I had written this down before she went. I'm just saying, but the music is what I feel. And when I say music, I'm hearing bowls, which is what Daphne does, and relaxing. The bowls and the tones are to tune and to relax us and put us in a resonance with this ascension. So the ascension is a frequency, and it tires us because you're fighting against that resonance. And what we want to do is we want to find a tone or a vibration or an energy and flow with that. And you can do it through bowls, tones, and also drumming for yourself at the pace that feels good. Anything that has a resonance to it would be really very calming, soothing, healing, and not just that, but allowing your current vibration and frequency to rise to that ascension symptom, or that ascension resonance. Also, I said walk in nature, which is exactly what Stacey said. Also, crystals. Crystals are very, very subtle in their vibration. This is not a solid piece. This is not solid. It is a quartz crystal, but it is moving at such a low rate that we can't see that it's actually a vibration. We see it as a solid. But none of these crystals, this is a smoky quartz. I mean, I have a bunch of them around, but just the darker ones will almost absorb some of that extra energy, but try not to fight against it. Try and find where it is that you can sort of float with it. And I love floating with drums, with bowls. And again, like what Stacey said, is meditation, to go there, to inspect and to raise your consciousness. And this will enable you to relax and to practice that frequency. And then, of course, the balanced diet and sleep, which is what Stacey and Daphne said as well. But really, really good question, Diane G. Thank you so very much. And did you have something you wanted to follow up with that, Daphne?
No, that all sounds good. Yeah.
I thought when I held up the crystals, you were like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I would add that sometimes when you use crystals and singing bowls, it can feel like it's going to amplify it. So
Yeah.
just
find the one that helps
mm-hmm.
you. Yeah. That absorbs, I think.
You know, Jean, you actually are reminding me of something that I've been thinking a lot about. And Stacey and I had a conversation about this recently. I'm a very practical person because I've had to be, right? Before I had this magical job that I have now, I worked very, very hard at regular jobs and had to do all the things we have to do to take care of ourselves. And I I love the idea of ascension. I know that we are as a species, we are making changes. And one of the ways that I alleviate my discomfort, my nervousness, is I try to do something that is very grounding in my community. Like, it drives me crazy that there are children that are hungry. If we are such a superior species on a trajectory to increase our ascension level and move into a new dimension, why can't we feed every child, right? So when I look around at the possibilities for ascension and things I can do to help that, it makes me want to feed some kids. It makes me want to help a homeless lady, right? And the balance of those practical good works in the world and doing the spiritual inner work that all of us are here doing, I think is the most effective way for me to move through this tumultuous time. And thank you again, Diane, for that question. It's really resonating very deeply with me.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that would you say that it's the energy that sort of is too much for one person, that you have to share it and project it out? Wow.
I think so. I think so. And, I kind of think that that we need to take people with us, right? Otherwise, why do we have YouTube channels? We're trying to help people access the same things that we are enjoying and loving and working with. We want others to come along with us, and that means, bringing people along who maybe can't take care of themselves, and certainly protecting people who are vulnerable, helping people who need a hand. It's all spiritual work.
Wonderful.
That's so
Beautiful. Thank you.
said.
Yeah. It was really, really good, Diane G. I didn't read the question before I chose it, but that was really good. Okay, so next is Terra 12. After Terra 12, we'll go with just visiting, and we'll get to you guys. So, oh wait, yeah, Terra 12 is just visiting, and then Ariana. So Terra 12 is here, and she says, and just visiting, and Ariana, just say hi. And hi, Cody. And so Terra 12 says, should I be looking to relocate to a new location, or will I be relocating to a new location, or is it in my highest good to search for a new location to relocate to? So I'm just saying that because sometimes the way that the question is phrased, I understand what you meant, but it really does resonate, have a different energetic quality. When you say should, it sort of sometimes might feel like we're giving our power away. So we always like to say, or we might try and say, is it in my highest good to start searching for a new place? Is this place in my highest good, or is there another place that is in my better for me, or something like that? But I do understand what you asked here, Tara, and I'm not trying to criticize it. I just want to show everybody but the way we phrase things makes a difference. And I know that you were trying to get your question in fast, so I appreciate that. So is it in Tara's best interest to start looking for a different location for living? I think is what I'm going to answer. And thank you, Tara, for helping us to display that difference. So I'm just going to ask: is it in Tara's highest good to move from the current location where she is? I'm getting a yes. So I'd like to do the opposite. Is it in Tara's highest good to leave the location? Wait, I just said the same thing. Is it in Tara's highest good to stay at the location? No, I said it wrong, but my spirit guides knew what I was thinking. And is it in Tara's highest good to leave this location? Yeah, so it is beneficial for you to look for a different location. Is it in Tara's highest good to consider moving her home where she lives in the next 6 months? Yes. Is it in Tara's highest good to look to move where she currently lives in the next 3 months? No. So that's what I was feeling a little bit more in next year, spring. maybe late winter, early spring. How about you ladies?
Funnily enough, I was getting the same thing. It did feel like it would be very beneficial if she found a new place to move, and I was getting after winter as well. When things are more open, when there's this new fresh energy. But there was something around shifting your energy before you move. Like, don't take all the stuff with you, and really have a good intention behind why you're moving. Because I feel like you have plenty of ideas already why you're moving. But really setting that that vision and intention to what you want this new place to be, so you can align to that higher vibration, you can align to this new frequency. And I feel like it's really a place where you can start, I know it's like cheesy, but start evolving your purpose work, like your dreams, like really what you want to do. And I feel like that's what's kind of pushing the move, like you feel kind of stuck in the box of what's possible for you there. So I feel like really positioning yourself on what this move means to you, and start bringing that into your energy before you make the move, because it's really about changing this internal frequency, and maybe even some of the family dynamics before you make the shift, so this can really be like a fresh start for you.
Tara, I agree that you would really benefit from a change of scenery. And I was trying to see down the timeline how far you would be going. And I kept getting this sort of like, it's not quite a boomerang, but sort of a U-turn, right? So my feeling is that this new place is closer than you might suspect, but it does give you the opportunities to make those energetic shifts that Stacey's talking about. And that's really, I think, the purpose of it, is to shed some things that are weighing you down, and to get a fresh perspective and step into like it's almost like a widening of opportunities for you. Like you will be thinking of yourself in an expanded way, and other people will see you having a larger spectrum of skills, talents, gifts, and those opportunities will flow in to match that. So I think that this would absolutely be a good idea for you, but you may not have to go that far. So you'll have to come back and tell us what you decide.
So Cheryl is here, and Just Visiting, I believe, is here. And it was a little bit ago that Just Visiting said hello. So Just Visiting, and Ariana, I'm not sure which. I'm just going to go with your first question. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Just Visiting. I'm pretty sure she's here just to say hello. So after Just Visiting is Ariana. After Ariana, we can go back to Cheryl. So just stick around, you guys. Did Just Visiting say anything? We have a couple of channels going on here, so I have to look here in the... She did say something a while back, not too far back. So yeah, she's here. Okay, so she said, I'm starting to study energy as I'm about to retire, and I'm wondering if I have abilities for healing and mediumship. Thank you. I don't know if this is something we can tune into and see what we're picking up. Thank you, Just Visiting. So what I'm feeling for you right away is angelic work. You help and you nurture. It's almost like you will feed the homeless, and that you'll clothe the homeless. Like there's something about taking care of those who are less fortunate, and you have this ability to I don't know, were you a teacher? Is that what you say? I'm about to retire. You do help other people on a daily basis, and you have this angelic quality of sharing your gifts and your energy and your light. And maybe even I keep going back to teaching. There's something about teaching what you know, learning and teaching. And teaching is an ability and is a spiritual gift as well. I do feel as though I'm just getting a little bit more teaching for you, but you also help those that are less fortunate around you. Um, you do like to take care of other people. You'd like to take in strays. Perhaps you can be maybe animals, a rescuer. This type of a rescue, a helper, a helping other people to get by. Like if there was a flood or if there was a fire, like you would be one to, um, you know, not think of yourself or your own needs and help your neighbors and help the less fortunate. There's something about you being helpful is your superpower, for lack of a better term. But not to say that healing or mediumship is out of the question. I just feel like you have this really strong light that and this ability to help people and share that type of energy and teach. So how about you ladies?
I can go. I agree with you. It feels like she has a very big heart and like a lot to give. And it feels like the healing is a natural kind of thing that comes with that. And kind of the vision that I got like automatically when you read the question was I saw her kind of going to some of those mediumship circles and those healing circles. Go play. Like that was the energy. It was like what's really lighting up your heart, because it's really about having that next purpose, that next meaning, to know that you're still a part of other people's lives, that you're still giving back. And I feel like when you start getting in this groove and you start exploring more and really finding that space of things that interest you, it feels like it's going to be more toward healing. So even if it goes into mediumship, it's like you're healing with your mediumship. But it also feels like there's this very hands-on aspect of just like, this is what, like feeling that energy run through your body. I feel like once you get a taste of that and once you start playing with that, that's where it's really going to start taking off for you. And then the rest will just follow that. So the biggest message here is just go find that community, and go play, go have fun with it. Because I feel like once you start doing that, it's all going to come online from there.
I agree with everything Stacey and Jean have said, but I'll share something from my own experience. I too retired from working at a university, and if you work there, you are teaching somebody, trust me. But I will draw your attention to your own healing after retirement. Most of us have a certain amount of, I mean, it may not be trauma, it may not be full-blown PTSD, but most of us need to heal after we leave a job, especially if it was a career or a long-term position, because and especially if you're a sensitive person who wants to work with energy, you have some wounds to take care of. And the wounded healer is the most effective healer. So I think as long as you attend to your own healing, that you will have tremendous amount of healing to offer people. And when I read your question, I started seeing, I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Seatbelt Psychic, with Thomas John. He's a medium and a psychic, and he became a rideshare driver. And so he would offer people a mediumship reading when they got into his car to go to their upcoming destination. Yes, you do teach others. Yeah. You may not be a faculty member, but yeah, there's learning going on everywhere. But you might look at all the different modalities: animal communication, animal mediumship. Very, very healing for people, right? We love our animals, and when we lose them, or they're sick, or we need to take care of them, we need support from people who can work with the energy. I mean, for me, it started, animal communication would be a wonderful way to express that gift. For me, it started with Reiki, and Reiki just opened all the doors. And after that, I was just I couldn't take enough classes. I studied mediumship and animal communication and different healing modalities and sound healing and flower essences and remote viewing and you name it. And it all brings together all of the talents and experience that you have gathered up in this life, and it will make you the perfect healer for somebody. And that client is going to show up for you and reflect something of your own journey, because I think that's true for all the healers and light workers that I know. You're attracting the people that need your talents and skills the most. So I absolutely encourage you to explore this and definitely go play and have fun. Stacey and I met in a practice group, and I met Jean in a practice group after a mediumship class. So it's really can be a wonderful community and a way to stretch and explore and figure out where you really want to focus next.
That is so important to say, Daphne. I have to say that I too had to heal myself first. I went to Reiki healing because I needed Reiki. I felt it. I could feel the difference. And I'm like, I've got to learn this. Then I moved into crystal healing. I could feel the resonance. I mean, I still hold on to crystals and work with them today. And then I moved into shamanic energy healing. And this opened up my ability to mediumship and to connecting to the other side and to feeling the answers and the vibration of Gaia and all of the things that I use here today and in my private practice. All of these things are contributing, but I healed along the way. I needed to let go. I needed to release. I needed to heal myself and to work I don't even know how to put it into words, but I had to heal before I could start healing others. But it is the calling of healing that will eventually, you'll be able to share that as soon as you do learn a new modality, you'll be able to turn around and start helping and healing others. And in you helping and healing others, it comes through you and you receive a continuous type of a healing. And it's really very beneficial. So that is brilliant, Daphne. Thank you so much for mentioning that and for putting it in that light. I really appreciate that. Wow. Good. Another really good questions here, you guys. Oh my gosh, really good questions. Okay, so Ariana is here, and after Ariana is Cheryl. And we'll check our time when we get closer. So Ariana says, I'm curious to know what type of energy is coming at me. What cycle have I been stuck in? Who can help me shift myself to a better timeline? So I do understand your question, Ariana, and I think that what you are looking to find out a little bit more about guidance, how to listen to guidance, how to detect or decipher your guidance, and what it means if you feel energies and guidance, and then all of a sudden that stops. And you used to see signs, symbols, and synchronicities and songs. I'm adding an S to my S's because you're used to getting feelings and not coincidences, because there isn't anything. It's these signs and synchronicities and you see 1111, or if you see a cardinal, or if you find a penny, whatever the sign or synchronicity is, you can tell that you're guided or that you're in connection with the higher realms. And then sometimes you walk around, you're like, where'd everybody go? Why? I feel like I'm here alone. Nothing's been happening. And I don't know exactly how to explain that to you. And I don't understand it fully myself. We can't all understand it. But what my best understanding of it is that these go in cycles, and these come in for our benefit. And then to see us respond and learn and to adapt. And then when they lift away, it's in order for us to integrate these, to practice these, to remember these, to review these, and to really adjust our awareness and be a little bit more open and a little bit more aware for the next sign synchronicities and energies to come in. It's almost like it's teaching us a little baby spoon at a time. So I don't feel as though it's stuck, but a lot of people feel that way because it goes away. And I think I'm just going to stop there and answer those two questions and let the ladies continue.
Well, I'll jump in. I'm curious about your astrology. As soon as I saw your question, I saw like an image of your chart. And I think that would be a great way to look at larger energies that you can work with. I'm not much of an astrologer, but I trust the astrologer that reads my charts. And her approach is always like, here's what the energy is, here's how you can use it to move yourself forward. And the cycle you've been stuck in, I think, is a communal one. You know, there are attitudes and energies in American society right now that all of us are struggling with. And as far as who can help you shift yourself to a better timeline, your guides, your guides, your guides, your guides. They know everything you need, and they know how to put you in the stream of the best opportunities for yourself. And they will help you look at the streams of energy around you and choose which ones you're going to follow. And I see, I have like this image of your guides sitting around like at a party going, why doesn't she listen to us? Right? And all of our guides can say that about all of us at any given time in life, because it's easy to forget that you have a whole team that's specifically signed up to help you. And I know I occasionally forget it, and then they remind me that they're there. So that might be a foundational practice for you, is to meditate with your guides and write down the impressions and the insights that you received during that meditation. But I think one of the hallmarks of this whole ascension process is that not only do we have more free will, but we also have more access to sophisticated tools, right? Like working with our guides and using energy healing and tapping into our intuitive gifts. And you have all of that. I mean, when I see you, I see sort of this cloud of energy around you, and it's like the tools and talents that are in the wings waiting for you to tap into them. So I'm excited for you. I think you have some great stuff coming down the timeline for you.
I love what you said, Daphne. And I agree, there is a lot of energy coming up, I think collectively over the next few months, where we're really purging some stuff out. And there's a lot like bubbling under the surface. So I can kind of see maybe you're tuning a lot into the collective energies to just kind of recognize it's not just all you, and it's not just all coming at you, but instead of like seeing it as, something against you, because I feel like some of this cycle maybe a little bit of like feeling like powerless, or like things happen to you, or kind of feeling like you don't really have the control over everything that you would want, or kind of like that advantage. And so it feels like what you could really do to shift into a better timeline is taking back some of your power to really recognizing and seeing yourself as this powerful creator that isn't subject to all these energies or all these things, even astrologically, because I know it's intense and I've been through it too. And at the same time, we can roll those energies into creation. So it's like when we have those really bad dips in our lives, we can turn that over and bring that energy into what we do want to create. And it's a really hard technique, but it's a powerful technique when we take this energy that feels like it's going to destroy us and we can alchemize it and really transform that into what we really want. So I would say really almost stepping back away from maybe the collective energy a little bit and starting to see through your own intuitive gifts what is here for you and what you really desire to create, and utilizing that energy to put toward what you want, instead of seeing everything else that's happening or limiting you or constricting you or that feels uncomfortable around you. And I think that would really help too. And I agree with Daphne and with what Jean said. So definitely connecting to your guides, but also your inner guidance, like your own truth, and you decide, because I know sometimes it's easy. We think the guides have our answers and stuff, but they just give us their opinion, right? So really taking that back and keeping it conversational with them.
Yeah,
Wow.
Stacey, I think your guides have their hands full with you.
Wow. That's beautiful. I just one last thing I just wanted to mention, and it just left me. Oh, it's your calling, the energy that you feel, and the perhaps a change in frequency, or I feel like they're calling you, and they'll and this is just a way for them to get your attention. But I love that what Daphne said about all of those gifts and abilities that are just there waiting for you. Yeah, I think she's a few minutes behind us, but she said added song, sing, love, music, empowerment really needs to come for me as well, not the collective. Um, Joy and glow to you all. Oh, thank you, Ariana. That was very nice of you. Thank you. And thank you for your question. Okay, so we have next is Cheryl. And Cheryl says, I have 2 interviews next month. Will I get an offer from either company? I've been using my pendulum a lot. Cheryl. Next month? Not until October. Wow. Will Cheryl get an offer from either of the jobs that she's going to be interviewing? I got a yes. Will she be offered a position at both of the interviews? Will she be offered a position at the first interview, or as a result of the first interview? That's a yes. Will she be offered a position as a result of the second interview? Oh, well, that's what oh, you meant next week. She didn't mean next month. She meant next week. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. I feel like the first interview is fruitful. Whether or not you'll accept it is up to you. And the second interview may not be, but you still have the right to say, what is in it for me? When do you need my response? And can I, if they say, well, right now would be good, you can say, may I have 24 hours to think about it, and give yourself that time. I don't know. Let me see what the other ladies want to say.
Well, I kind of got, yeah, you will, but also it feels like you're gonna have to change your vibration a little bit. It feels like there's a little bit of maybe lack, or this energy of having your expectations set high, and really flipping that to recognizing that you're the benefit here. You're the one who gets to decide. Like Jean said, it's like, do I want this position? Even if they offer it to you, bring it back into your hands a little bit. And I feel like really, really changing your position and recognizing that it's what you want. It's not what the company wants. And I think that'll really benefit you, and it'll help kind of change that vibration you have around it to really help you align to the right job. And I feel like calling in your guides for this one too. Like, I feel like surrounding your energy and kind of sending them out there, and like really playing through the company, and like seeing kind of past its walls, like taking a bigger look at it, and like because it's like, I feel like the bigger question here is, are you going to be happy with the job? So
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. There's a lot of potential. When you said you have 2 interviews, I saw, like, they showed me 2 symbols, one for each interview. one was paler than the other one was more vibrantly colored, but I felt like they got crowded out by a third opportunity. And that I'm being reminded that in my career, I've hired dozens and dozens and dozens of people. And sometimes somebody really special showed up and had sort of a broader skill set, and I'm remade the job for them because I wanted that person on my team. And so it is very much a work in progress, unless it's, when a rigid corporation that has very, very defined boxes to slot people into. I always created departments and jobs and environments where I could just make the most of the person's talents, no matter what the job title was. Um, and I think you can do that too. And I love what Stacey reminded us of is they're interviewing with you as well. I mean, are they a good fit for you? Are they really going to help you reach your goals? Are they going to take you to that next level that you want to get to? Those are all legitimate questions. And you also, I think, if you keep your eyes open and like one time I left an interview and I went to use the restroom. I stopped by the receptionist desk and asked her a couple questions, and I saw how unhappy and tense she was. And this is the person who's like the director of first impressions, right? But the vibe was off. It wasn't a happy workplace. And, I have I have had my own reasons to take a job in an unhappy, hostile environment, but I did my best to remake my little corner of that world to make it a happy place where people could thrive. But looking for clues about the environment in each organization, and I'm getting something about family owned, like especially be very discerning about working in a family owned business, because sometimes that can be a really toxic situation. But I think there's a third opportunity coming in for you. So definitely don't get discouraged if it's not a fit in the first two interviews. But I'm looking down the timeline. I'm seeing like really bright energy out there so something good is coming.
Wonderful. I love that. And this is the, these limitations that us as conditioned humans put on ourselves. You say you have two interviews and you're like, which one? But it's not. It's not either. It's the third one. Whoever thought? I never even occurred to me that a bigger, brighter opportunity. And that's why we want this or something better. We want to allow the universe to reveal to us what is in our highest good. And that is brilliant, Daphne. Thank you so very much. I love all of your readings, all of your recommendations and suggestions and guidances, and just the energies. Really, really good readings tonight, you guys. And I just want to thank all of you here that have asked your question and got it answered. Thank you for all your feedback. Anybody that asked their question and did not have it answered, I appreciate your patience and your listening and supporting those who did have their questions answered. And everybody who's watching later, please do make your comments below after the show and let me know if you have any questions or any recommendations or any comments that you would like to share with us. We'd really be open to all of that. And we are streaming on all three channels. So it's really, really fun. And I'm also streaming on Facebook. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And Stacey, thank you. Your energy is brilliant. Your guidance and your connections are just amazing and fabulous. Daphne, your brilliance, your wisdom, your energy, your confidence, your inspiration is just endless. I really do thank you for being here. And together, we'll have to come up with a name. You guys, why don't you write below after the show? Give us your name, the suggestion for a name for this show, because it looks like we're coming back. We'll be together again. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody. And thank you all again for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jean.
Thank you, Jean.
Such an honor to be here.
Yes.
You're welcome.
We love it. We love being here with you and your.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again.